You are listening to The Diary of a Wannabe Writer, presented by Richard A. Boxshall, in which I chronicle my life and attempts to become a professional writer by, doing some writing, daily, hopefully. Hello, it is Tuesday the 3rd of September 2024. You're listening to The Diary of a Wannabe Writer. I haven't done any writing today because I'm about to go to work. Today I am flying for work to Boston in the United States. We arrive after midnight, so I definitely won't be doing any writing today, but I'm going to attempt to do some writing tomorrow. However, what I thought I would do today is do one of my random questions type shows, because I haven't done one of those for a while. But I'm a bit of a fan of a comedian called Richard Herring. He does a podcast called Richard Herring's Leicester Square Theatre Podcast, or RHLSTP, as he shortens it to. And one of the things he's made a bit of a name for himself doing in these interviews is he does lots of very serious questions, but every now and then he will drop in an emergency question, and it's always something really stupid or silly. And a little while back, he created an app called the Emergency Questions app. And all of the questions he put into the various emergency questions books are in the app. So I have literally no idea what this is going to generate. So I'm pressing the random question button now, courtesy of Richard Herring. Am I handy? No, I'm not. I pay people to do things. Next. What is the most disappointing TV quiz-based show? What is the most disappointing TV quiz-based show board game you have ever played? What a stupid question. Oh, do you know what? These are random Christmas questions. Let's see if I can go into the settings and disable the Christmas ones. Yeah. Hide. Right. There we go. Let's do this properly. Okay, so let's start again. Who are you surprised never got you treed? Yeah, can't answer that question on here. Oh, dude. Do you ever think that maybe you're in your own version of The Truman Show? Do you know what? A couple of stupid coincidences have happened in my life that made me wonder if the only real person in the universe was me, and the person who was generating the characters that I have to interact with in my life every now and then got bored and couldn't be bothered to think up a new character. So they just, I'll just use someone I've used before. So, for example, I went to university a year after everybody at my school because I chose the wrong A-levels, so I did some decent A-levels, and so I went basically a year later than my peers, and I happened to get to university in Leicester. The guy who lived in the house opposite where I lived with my parents had a friend who had a student house in Leicester, and because I couldn't be asked to go house hunting, when they said, well, would you like to take one of the rooms, I went, yes, of course, brilliant, thank you. It was, decent, easy walk from the university, and of course I walk in. I'm the first person there, so I've no idea what my three housemates are like. The next person who walks in is Colin from my maths class at school. I mean, how unlikely is that? And I've had weird holidays when I've ran into people from school and stuff, but that's the weirdest coincidence. So yes, I have sometimes thought that. How would you say human life would be improved if, like birds and lizards, we had a cloaca instead of our sexual urinary organs and anuses? Alexa, stop. I'm not even going to answer that stupid question. Oh.
The Archers is on BBC.
And that's my Alexa reminding me to listen to The Archers, but I'm 12 weeks behind, so that's not going to happen. I'm not going to answer that question. If you had the ability to be able to be a virtuoso on any instrument without practicing, what instrument would you choose? It would be a close run thing between the piano or a guitar. Probably the piano, though, because thanks to synthesizers and stuff, it means you could play almost anything. Have you ever been to Barometer World? No, I haven't. Would you prefer to live in an igloo or have to dance the fandango every day at 9 p.m. for the rest of your life? Depends how long for. If it's for like 1 minute at 9 p.m. for the rest of my life, I don't know, as long as it's a nice igloo, as long as it's got an ensuite. Which TV personality are you most surprised has got a job because they're so bad at what they do and makes you suspect they've slept or are sleeping with the right person? Oh dear. Oh, I shouldn't say this, but I'm going to. I'm a fan of the original Channel 4 run of Big Brother. And they had a satellite show called Big Brother's Little Brother, which was basically like a magazine programme about stuff that was going on in the house. And for the first 7 years, Big Brother's Little Brother was on, possibly 8. But anyway, for the first long time, it was presented by a brilliant presenter called Dermot O'Leary. You might have heard of him. He's gone on to do a few other things since. And he was so natural. If something went wrong, he could just handle it, and it was funny. They replaced him by Larry Lamb's son, George Lamb, when Dermot finally left. And he was awful. And they had him on one of the chat shows, because they had several different Big Brother sort of spin-off shows. And they actually had him on a chat show hosted by Davina, and it was pretty damn obvious he didn't actually watch the show. He was just taking the paychecks. When he was talking about stuff on Big Brother's Little Brother, he was literally reading a script. He had no idea. What is my favourite colour? Green. If you could jump into a pool of something, what would it be? Water. Alcohol would be horrible. And then, or drinks or, no. Okay. And have I ever been in a canoe? Yes, my dad actually made a canoe when I was little out of wood. And we used it about twice. And then when we moved house, he gave it to a kid who lived up the road called Raymond. Final question. If you got the chance, would you cryogenically freeze yourself at the point of death in the hope of being cured in the future? How do you think you'd fit in if it worked out for you? Wouldn't you be worried the future humans would think you were a primitive idiot? Well, if that was going to work, then yeah, why not see the future? Would I be worried the future humans would think I was a primitive idiot? I wouldn't give a shit. Well, that was an interesting batch of questions, certainly different from the normal stuff I do. I might have another go at some Richard Herring emergency questions. But anyway, by the time you listen to this, I'll probably be in the air, or possibly if you listen to it tomorrow, in Boston. I will do a proper podcast tomorrow from Boston. I might even have a go at doing some writing. We'll see how I feel. Take care. Thank you for listening. Bye-bye. You have been listening to The Diary of a Wannabe Writer, presented by Richard A. Boxall. Thank you for tuning in to my random ramblings, and if you'd like to know more about me or my projects, visit my link tree at linktr.ee/Richard Wright, capital R, capital W. Thank you for listening.